So we've decided that we're going to take this weekend, and by we I mean Randy. We're going to take this weekend, rip the bathroom out of the van, reconfigure the bed to the very back, and put in a front kitchen. Hi guys, and welcome back to our channel. So today we're back at home. We're not at some fun destination because I had a bit of an accident. I broke my foot. So I am stuck off of my foot for 6 weeks, and just so you know, I am not staying home for 6 weeks. But we realized that the van, the way it is set up, it requires too much walking back and forth, and since we can't stand up in the van, there's no way for me to do that on crutches. So let us show you what we're going to do. Okay, so here's what we're working with if you haven't seen our before video of our van. For starters, it's given us a great chance to clean everything out and give this van a good once over. But here's how the bed slash couch was set up, like this. I'm not sure how much you can see. Seems like every time I do these videos, the sun is right in my way. And then that's the bathroom right back there. And then this was here because my mattress keeps falling down. But this just isn't going to work with my broken leg. So what we're going to do is we're going to completely rip out the bathroom, take everything out, take this cabinet out, take the 2 bathroom walls out. We're going to turn the bed long ways and just leave it open all the time and push it all the way to the back door. But it's about 6 inches. I was hoping we could just use this base because we already have the wood and it's already built. But it's 6 inches too long, so we're going to just pull this thing out, which is good because quite a few people have asked for a blueprint for this thing, so we can take it out and really measure it and put it down on paper how this was built. And then reassemble it that way, and then put a kitchen maybe right here, and then have this space be open so I can get in and sit down and be able to access everything from this spot, or you know, have my wheelchair here if I need to or whatever. So, excuse my spot right here. By the way, do not ever leave car batteries in your car where they can turn over, because this is what will happen to your rugs. But anyway, so we're going to continue to gut this thing, and we'll show you where we are in a minute. Okay, so now we have the area for the bed finished. Basically, we used our original bed wood, so we didn't have to buy anything else. And you can see it's mainly resting on the 2 wheel wells, but there's a leg in the middle for support, and you can't see, but there's legs on both sides. And then because our bed is so low, since our van is not raised, Randy put 3 hinges along the back so the very last piece can lift up so that we can better access things from the back, from underneath the bed. And then this piece here is painted pretty like this, and we are going to put it here. We're trying to decide now whether to raise it up a little bit to keep the mattress still or lay it down. So Randy's on his way to go get the mattress so we can test and see how much of that, if we raise it up a little bit to keep the mattress in place, if we'll feel it when we sit down and use this as a couch. So that's our next step. Okay, so we have the bed pretty much finished now. I really like it being open, and it gives us more view when we're driving to be able to not have so many blind spots. Over here behind the bed, that was a vacuum cleaner that came with the van, so we're going to have to cover that up with something because that's just ugly. And we're still trying to decide whether we want to put closed-in cabinets down here or just leave it open. Right now it still has our drawers in it like we had under the bed the other way, and that fits really good. And then over here we have this area where the new kitchen area is going to go. In the old design, we really didn't have a kitchen. We did all of our cooking outside, but there were times when it was bad weather and we really wish we could do it in here. So we're going to make this entire length the kitchen area with a sink and a place to cook. And we're still debating on where we want the height to go because we can't stand up in this van. But we were just looking on Amazon and found some 15 by 15 by 15 storage cubes that can also double as seating. So we're going to get 1 or 2 of those, and then we'll be sitting. That should be about the same height as the bed because it was 10 inches up to the bed itself, and then another I don't know, 6 maybe for the mattress. So about like that. So we're thinking that's going to be a good place. So we're trying to figure out now, if we're sitting on a 15-inch chair, what's a good height for the sink and for the countertop for cooking. And I'm thinking it's going to go right about middle of this window, which is perfect because that stain I cannot get out. It came with the van. And so we're kind of debating too on whether or not to close this in and make a nice big kitchen backsplash with hanging, you know, things for kitchen, or if we really like the view. So we're kind of going back and forth on that. But when we figure it out, we will let you know. And I'm thinking the width is probably going to be about in line with maybe where that is now, or maybe coming out even with this dresser right here. And this dresser, I think we're going to leave there because it's perfect. It's the wheel well is right there, so you can't go any further back. But we really don't want to cover that second window. We want to stop in line with that. So this would be a nice side table for the bed, and you know, it's already full of our stuff from before, so that works out well. And I'm really liking the position of the cooler right here. Since we do not have solar power, we are not trying to use a you know, a fridge, a plug-in electrical version. So this works for us, and right there seems like it's well out of the way, and we still have plenty of walk space right there. And then of course where I'm sitting, this will be wide open, so that should be really nice. So let us get back to the drawing board on this, and we'll show you where we are in a minute. So we just finished building this cabinet, which will become our kitchen. And we're getting it put in, and we're going to we're going to bolt it through the floor in these holes that were already here from the original seat. And this side here is going to be a closed cabinet, and of course the sink goes there. And we already had 3 of these little plastic things from Walmart that hold these little plastic drawers. They were like, I don't know, 15 bucks at Walmart maybe. And we got 3 of those, so we measured this so that all 3 of them will fit perfectly. And so you'll see I didn't bother staining past the front lip because there's no point. But we're going to get this hooked down, and we're going to drill a hole behind the sink so that the water can just drain out underneath the van. If we're in somewhere safe, you know, where people don't, well, not safe, but you know, if we're somewhere where people won't mind, it'll just drain right out because it's nothing but, you know, hand washing and maybe washing off vegetables and dishes. But we can always put a bucket under it if we're somewhere else that it matters. And this right here is just regular plywood. And we put a little lip on the back and over on the side, just so if we put things up here and they roll, they won't roll off the back. This piece here and that piece there were actually the original cabinetry that we had in here before we ripped it out to start this new build. So we were able to reuse all of that, so that was really good. We just had to buy 1 piece of plywood to do the top 2 sides and the end there. So everything else was just found stuff that we've already taken apart. Okay, here's the final view of what we have so far. And this rebuild literally took us 2 days. So if you just bought a van and you're wanting to get on the road quickly, this is a super simple design for you. But here's the cabinets all put in. We still have to add a cabinet door right here. But I wanted to go ahead and get this video up, so I didn't want you to have to wait. Here are the 3 plastic containers that we got from Walmart, and those are screwed down on the edges so they won't go anywhere. I'm anticipating we're going to have a problem with them sliding open, so we've already decided to just put little eyelets along the bottom and along the top so we can run a bungee cord down each one, or maybe sideways, whichever is less irritating, just to keep those closed while we're driving. But that's perfect. 1 for pots and pans and silverware and utensils, 1 for dry goods, and 1 just for general necessities that we need in the van. And you can see the sink up there, which, like I said before, it's the fresh water is coming out of this container, which is actually a blue drinking water container from Walmart, but I painted it brown if you saw our last build because it was going to be visible. So we can fill that with water that is drinkable if we so choose. but we won't. This is pretty much just for washing dishes, washing fruits, washing hands, washing vegetables while we're cooking. Right here is our propane cooker, so that can sit right up here when we want to cook in the van, or we can sit there and do, you know, put the laptops for working or whatever. Here's the bed, which is, you know, pretty self-explanatory. It's just a little bit tight. I mean, we might need to sleep diagonal or sleep with our knees bent, but we didn't mind for the added space right here. And then this is where the cooler is most likely going to live. We are planning on putting a little wooden square right here to help keep it from falling in that hole when we drive, although it seems pretty sturdy right now. And then that gives us this whole open space right here. And I think we're going to get a couple of those little cubes, like I said earlier in the video, that we can probably store right here, so for added seating, and so that if we want to sit right here and cook or prepare food or whatever, we have a nice chair to sit on, since it is a low ceiling in here. But I'm going to end this video here, and next week hopefully we will have all of our stuff in here so you can better see how it holds everything. We're hoping to have this area right here fixed. I want to add some more bedding, some more pillows, and I still have to cover that really ugly spot back there. I'm trying to decide whether I want to try to get a nice picture, something substantial, so when we lean against it, or if I just want to put a board over it. I'm not really sure. If you guys have any ideas of how I can cover that ugly hole, please let me know. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this build. I actually really like this design much better than the last one, which is funny because the last one took forever and this one literally just took 2 days. But so anyway, next time I'll give you a better, more complete walkthrough when it's all set up and pretty. And for those of you who are just turning in and this is your first video from us, back here is our addition, which I've got several videos for. The back is a bathroom and the front is all storage, which was what allowed us to have this area so open, because all of our clothes are in the bathroom in the back with a big dresser, and our dirty clothes hampers back there. So this is literally just day-to-day things, food, you know, electronics, that sort of thing. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like it if you did. Thumbs down if you didn't. Or equal opportunity here. And subscribe if you'd like to follow along. And we'll see you again next week.